Alright, let's dive into this. The landscape around the Lakers and their roster building has shifted in some fascinating ways recently, especially when it comes to the center position, which has been a major point of need for them going into the draft. There was talk about how certain doors might open for the Lakers that weren't available before Oppo. Opportunities that seemed locked are now becoming accessible. That's largely because of how other teams handled their picks and trades, especially those with an abundance of talent at center. It's a position the Lakers desperately need to strengthen. And suddenly teams like the Phoenix Suns, who weren't really on the Lakers' radar before, are becoming viable options. The Phoenix Suns, for example, have emerged as a serious player in this center shuffle, mainly due to the draft moves they made. One of the standout moments was when KJ Martin, who many saw as a target, unexpectedly fell to the Suns at the 10th pick. That alone changed the landscape. But what really opened up a door for the Lakers was the Suns' acquisition of Nick Richards, a player the Lakers had their eyes on for some time. This wasn't just any acquisition, it was a trade involving Mark Williams, a player the Lakers had once tried to bring in but couldn't seal the deal on. Interestingly enough, the Suns managed to snag Williams for less than what the Lakers had been willing to offer, which adds a layer of irony to the whole situation. Now, what does this mean for the Lakers? Essentially, the Suns have transitioned from being a non-option to a potential trading partner. They have a surplus of centers. Mark Williams is likely their starter, and Nick Richards would be their backup, which puts them in a position where they might be willing to listen to offers for Richards, especially since he's on an affordable contract. At 27 years old and entering his 28th season, Richards offers a blend of experience and potential longevity. His current contract is relatively cheap, making him an attractive trade target for teams like the Lakers, who need size inside but want to maintain financial flexibility from a strategic standpoint. The Lakers could see Richards as an ideal backup center, someone who brings solid production without breaking the bank. His value isn't just in his stats, but in his cost efficiency and experience. He isn't projected to command a massive contract. Like some other big men, he's likely in that $12 to $15 million range per year, which is pretty reasonable for a backup center in today's NBA. Comparisons can be drawn to players like Steven Adams, who also offer defensive presence and rebounding without huge salary demands. The idea of acquiring Nick Richards also raises interesting questions about roster construction. For instance, would the Lakers prefer to have him as the backup while pursuing someone like Clint Capela as a starter? Capela offers defensive versatility and rim protection, while Richards provides reliable size and efficiency on offense and defense. There's also Nick Claxton, another center who brings flexibility on defense and has a higher ceiling as a player. Between Claxton and Richards, Claxton is generally seen as the better player, but the financial and strategic considerations might make Richards a more viable fit, especially if the Lakers want to allocate resources elsewhere on the roster. Richards' numbers from last season show why he's appealing. Splitting time between Charlotte and Phoenix, he played in 57 games and started 43 of them, averaging around 22 minutes per game. His shooting percentage was impressive, hovering around 60% from the field, and he's a solid rebounder, grabbing over 8 boards per game. While he's not a three-point shooter or a floor spacer, he contributes efficiently around the basket, which fits well with a team that already has shooters and playmakers to spread the floor. His free throw percentage is solid as well, sitting around 7 to 4%. Defensively, Richards brings value with blocks and steals, and he's an aggressive rebounder, particularly on the offensive glass, where he averages about 2.3 offensive rebounds per game. That kind of hustle and presence in the paint is something the Lakers have been missing. The fact that he's played alongside a star like Luka Doncic, who excels at creating second-chance opportunities, means Richards is experienced in the role of finishing plays and cleaning up the glass, which would translate well in Los Angeles. One of the more interesting aspects is how the draft and trades around it have created this rare supply and demand scenario. Multiple teams ended up with more centers than they probably need, opening the door for a flurry of trades in that position. The Lakers, by virtue of timing and strategic interest, find themselves in a spot where they can leverage this abundance to their advantage. Teams like Portland, Brooklyn, Atlanta, and even Golden State have varying degrees of surplus or needs in the front court, meaning the Lakers have multiple potential trade partners. This is a dynamic not always present, and it gives Los Angeles some real negotiating power. That leverage means the Lakers don't necessarily have to overpay for a single player. If Phoenix holds firm on a high price for Richards, the Lakers could pivot to other options, like Claxton or Capella, or even explore second-round picks and salary-matching deals with teams that have more centers than they need. The luxury here is the choice, something that hasn't always been available when teams scramble for quality big men. In terms of team fit, Richards seems tailor-made for the Lakers' current needs. His efficiency around the basket complements the offensive talents on the team, while his rebounding and defensive contributions fill a critical gap. Even if he were to be the starter, it wouldn't be a disaster, but ideally, he'd serve as a strong second option behind a more defensive-minded center. The possibility of pairing him with a player like Capella would create a formidable front-court rotation, one that blends scoring, defense, and energy. The timing of this opportunity is also crucial. Richards is currently affordable, but will soon be hitting unrestricted free agency, which means the window to trade for him at a reasonable price is narrowing. For the Lakers, moving quickly could mean locking in a player who can contribute immediately, while still fitting into the team's salary structure. Missing out might push them into a more competitive market later, where prices could be higher. Looking at Richards' per 36-minute stats gives a clearer picture of his potential impact. He projects to average around 15 points and 14 rebounds per game, with notable contributions on offensive rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. These numbers suggest that in a larger role, Richards could be a strong double-double player who provides consistent hustle and defensive presence. While per-minute stats don't tell the whole story, they offer a glimpse of what he could do if given more minutes or a bigger role. Reflecting on past seasons, many Lakers fans and analysts have wondered why the team didn't pursue Richards more aggressively when he first became available. His move to Phoenix was seen by some as a missed opportunity, and now with this fresh set of circumstances, the Lakers have a chance to correct that and bring him in. It's an intriguing storyline that blends front office strategy, player development, and timing. The broader center market this offseason is also fascinating. As teams adjust rosters and evaluate needs post-draft, there is a noticeable shift in supply. Teams with multiple centers will be looking to offload some, while those like the Lakers, with clear positional needs, will look to capitalize. This dynamic could lead to multiple trades, reshaping several rosters and impacting how the upcoming season unfolds. For the Lakers, it means more options and better negotiating positions. Financially, it's a balancing act. Richards' affordability is a major plus, but the Lakers have to weigh what assets they're willing to give up to get him. That includes draft picks, second-rounders, or young players who could have future upside. At the same time, the cap situation for both Phoenix and the Lakers will influence trade possibilities, with each side trying to maximize their return and roster fit. Looking beyond just Richards, the Lakers might explore multi-team deals or packages that bring in complementary pieces alongside a center. The goal is to not just fill one gap, but to improve the overall roster balance and depth. This approach could involve creative trades, salary matching, and targeting players who fit the Lakers' system and culture. The possibility of adding a player like Richards also ties into the Lakers' long-term plans. They're building around key stars, but need to surround them with reliable role players and depth. Centers who can defend, rebound, and finish around the rim are invaluable in today's NBA, where big men still play a crucial role in both offense and defense. As the offseason unfolds, it will be fascinating to see how the Lakers navigate these options. The draft has clearly shaken things up, creating openings that didn't exist before. Teams shifting priorities, salary considerations, and the evolving nature of the game all contribute to a complex but exciting environment for Lakers fans. The hope is that these new doors lead to the roster improvements needed to compete at the highest level. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers are growing loud around the league, and the latest buzz could send shockwaves through the NBA. Kevin Durant has reportedly said yes to the idea of joining the Los Angeles Lakers, while nothing has been confirmed by the player or either franchise. Insiders close to the situation suggest that Durant is open to a move that would see him don the iconic purple and gold jersey. The rumor began circulating earlier this week after anonymous sources claimed that Durant expressed serious interest in teaming up with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. According to those close to the superstar forward, Durant is intrigued by the opportunity to play in a high-profile market like Los Angeles, and the possibility of competing for another championship with a stacked roster is said to be appealing. Durant, currently under contract with the Phoenix Suns, has faced a turbulent season filled with injuries and unmet expectations. The Suns, who built a super team featuring Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, fell short in the playoffs again, prompting speculation about potential shakeups. Some believe KD may be seeking a fresh start and a clearer path to his third NBA title. Meanwhile, the Lakers are rumored to be aggressively exploring roster upgrades after another inconsistent postseason run, with LeBron James nearing the twilight of his career. The Lakers front office appears ready to go all in for one last championship push. Adding Durant to the mix would form one of the most formidable trios in league history. Though the salary cap logistics would require serious maneuvering, still, nothing is set in stone. Durant has not made any public comments regarding a move, and any potential trade would depend on multiple moving parts. Yet, the idea of him joining forces with LeBron, a pairing that has been fantasized about for years, is suddenly not so far-fetched. As always in the NBA, where smoke appears, there's often fire. Could Durant really be heading to Hollywood? For now, it's just a rumor, but one that's impossible to ignore. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.